All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wenzhou. Now, this is Furongjian, one of the mountains just near Wenzhou Kean University. Let's have a look. It's saying that from the base to the top is about 7.79 kilometers, 538 meters up, and the gradient is 6.9%, which I think it's actually steeper than that. And geez, just looking at these pictures, it's a grueling ride up. It's tough. But once you get up the top, the views are just spectacular. It really is. And it's sort of weird because this building right on top was built before that final road extension was built. So I can't imagine the poor souls trying to build that building. Anyway, but the scenery is quite stunning when you get to the top. And it takes me about an hour to get up. I think the fastest time up is about 30 minutes. Now this is just at the bottom of the hill now, and you can see the building up the top of the mountain just in the distance. And so we actually went for a ride just through these flatlands, through these old farms, just exploring for little places. And the roads are pretty good, though we ended up on a few rocky roads just up into the mountains, which were pretty steep and pretty rocky, that we ended up walking along. But I'm pretty sure that they're going to be fixed up sometime in the future. Yeah, so it's a steep ride. I just look at that building on top and I just think, oh, not again. But I always do it. It's just it's just there. The flatlands are always a bit tough. And there's a few waterfalls around the place. It's a bit dry. I'm doing this in winter, but I reckon just come the wet season, the scenery is going to be much greener, and I think those waterfalls will really be a-flowing. So this is a little lake, a little dam that we found just in the corner. I hadn't noticed it before, and I should just say this is only like 10 minutes from Wenzhou Kean University, 10 minutes by bike. And you're just right out into the countryside, and it's just really pretty, and it's quite vast, as you can see. And then if you overlook these mountains, the city continues, and that's Rayan on the other side. And hard to believe that maybe about 40 to 50 years ago, all of this was barren, that all these trees had been knocked down for firewood or whatever, and that the mountains were just brown. So the amount of reforestation's been pretty incredible in this area and all around Wenzhou. And I'm also getting a bit more confident flying this drone. It's still getting a bit boring. It's just pretty much going backwards and forwards, or forwards heading forward. Panning I'm a bit scared of because I nearly knocked my drone out of the air because I didn't realize there was no sensors left, right. So, but at least I'm getting it higher and I'm just getting it further away from me, which is pretty good. Oh, there I am, just down there, not even waving to the camera. We had to leave our bikes just down at the bottom. That's just a bit of a walk. So yeah, it's just, I went around this area about 4 years ago, but first time I'd been back in a long time. And this is just kind of a little bit up when you just start the climb. Looking into one of the villages. We're looking kind of southeast, south from the mountain, and it looks like a big village, but I'd be surprised how many people are actually living in these places. I never see crowds of people around the place. So I imagine there's only maybe an old couple perhaps that live in each of these houses, if at all. Everyone's moving to the city. I mean, you can see the high rises just a bit further out. That's the start of the mountain. Oh, it's a tough start to the mountain. Oh, why do I do it? Why do I do it? Anyway. So still facing west again, and you can sort of see one of the canals just down to the right that I'll ride down when I'm going back into the school. That comes from sort of the dam area, and that water it should be pretty clean. So about halfway up the mountain now. There's a temple, which is kind of a pleasant side journey, but it's not. It's about 5 minutes, but you know, by the time I get to this point, I'm just so sick of riding a bike that I just want to get up there and back down as soon as possible. But it's still quite nice. And yeah, this is just the start of the second half of the ride. It's pretty rough. And that's how it goes. I don't know how people do these scripts or these vlogs. It's such a difficult thing to do, just to try to talk entertainingly about what you're doing. The amount of time that's needed to spend on these is madness. Anyway, I'm just doing a running commentary on this. I just don't have time for anything too flash. There's a lot of these temples just being built all over the place. I don't know how filled they are with people, but things just need to be built in China. I guess they're running out of things to build, these temples, these gateways to temples, these gateways to towns, these pagodas. There's only just so many you can build, and then they're all there. This is just nearly towards the end. Some great views just up there. A lot of people are doing the walk up the road as well. There's another track to the other side, which is a walking track. It's pretty steep. Yeah, I think this probably gives a much nicer view. Yep, you can see that temple we just looked at a bit earlier, just down there. Heading north, you can probably just see some of the teacher apartments at Kean. And down at the bottom left-hand corner, that used to be the end of the road. That's where I used to stop. But then they added this extension, which just made a tough ride a lot tougher. We're running out of things to say. A pan shot, which is pretty brave of me. There's just so many power lines everywhere. It's just really hard you just got to keep looking out for things when you're flying around. Yep. Coming up to the end of this video. Yep. Get the idea, and then we're facing south, and then you can fly over, and then you'll get to Rayan. And there we go. It was a bit of an overcast day. I thought the clouds might give it a nice effect with the mountain, but yeah, could have been better. Maybe I should have waited for a sunny day, but it wasn't too windy. Anyway, that's Furongjian. It's a nice ride. It's even a nice walk if you're in Wenzhou or if you're at Kean University. Just check it out. It's not too bad. There we go. That's my first commentary on one of these videos. So to my brother who asked for it, this is what you got. I hope this was interesting, because it's just a pretty difficult thing to do. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.